what we're going to see with this next one is almost identical solution, except for the main difference here is our absolute value is not by itself yet. It's not isolated. We want to isolate that. All right, so just like we did when we were solving the radicals and stuff that we were doing before spring break, if I want to isolate this absolute value, I'm going to divide by 3 before I do my splitting, right? So I'm going to get to the equation of absolute value of x plus 6 is equal to 4 first. And then I'm going to do my 2 steps, x plus 6 equals 4, and also x plus 6 equals negative 4, okay? Both of those are going to give me my solution. And then from here, it's exactly the same as before, right? I'm going to subtract 6, actually a little bit easier. Subtract 6, x equals negative 2. Subtract 6. In this case, I get x equals negative 10. All right, so those are my 2 solutions. I could plug them back in. All right, when I plug this in, I get the absolute value of 4. Absolute value of 4 times 3 is 12. Okay. And then on the second one, I get the absolute value of negative 4, which is still 4 times 3 is 12. All right, go ahead and try these next 2 goddets. But I'm going to go in on the same video, look at problem 3. It is not really any different. All right, what problem 3 lets you do is it gives you a little bit weird of a situation, because if I'm solving this, right, my first step to isolate my absolute value would be to subtract 6. Also nice and well, so I get x plus 1 equals negative 4. All right, if you were to solve this, what you're going to find out is you're going to get some what we call extraneous solutions. All right, so let's go ahead and solve it just to have fun with this problem. All right, 1, we get x plus 1 equals negative 4. And 2, we can get x plus 1, equals positive 4. We solve both these. This one gives me x equals negative 5, x equals 3. All right, when I try these out, when I plug these back in, all right, I can get in this first one, negative 5 plus 1 absolute value. Well, that's actually the absolute value of negative 4, which is, positive 4, not negative 4 like we want. We're going to get the same thing over here if I were to plug in 3 plus 1 absolute value is positive 4 and not negative 4. All right, so this gives me extraneous solutions. All right, let's go ahead and say extraneous. And one thing we can tell actually at the beginning, you don't really need to do the solving, because in this beginning problem, if you notice, we have an absolute value, which makes everything positive, this absolute value does. It equaled a negative number. So there's no way for an absolute value to be a negative number. At this step here, you can actually say, oh, this isn't going to work. It will be extraneous, okay? So you can stop early. Go ahead and go back up and do the goddets number 2 for those kind of extended absolute value solutions.